Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. Get ready.
What the fuck is up, guys? My name is Nick, and I bring you grains of truth. So, you know, we were fucking playing Destroy Humans on the show. Totally original Let's Play. If you haven't, check it out. One of the things that I realized from this lovely commenter was that maybe I wasn't being fair on it, you know? Maybe I wasn't giving it its day in court. All rise for the Honorable Judge Nick. I thought to myself after we switched to Destroy Humans 2, I should play Destroy Humans 1 on my own time, you know, where I'm not being distracted by the cameras and the audience and the newspapers. Seriously, guys, recording totally original Let's Play is really crazy. So that's what I did. But I thought while I was at it, why not play the other games as well? I mean, most people don't even fucking know they exist. So don't think of this as a review. Think of it more like a little bit of a retrospective Nick's opinion on Destroy All Humans as a franchise. So we'll start off with Destroy All Human 1. Destroy All Human. There's only one human. How to destroy him. We'll start off with Destroy All Humans 1. So I took the time to not only go through the game, but 100% it and get that sweet platinum trophy since I'm playing it on PS4. And I gotta tell ya, my opinion hasn't really changed since we played it on the show. As far as I'm concerned, Destroy All Humans it's alright. It has some huge fucking problems. Number one is the level design. It's so, like, not interesting. Most maps are a bunch of buildings, sometimes not a bunch of buildings and just a bunch of empty space where you don't really do much. And that makes it not engaging for me to explore it and shit, which is another problem. The collectibles. So, okay, there's DNA, right? I get that, whatever, you use that to buy upgrades and shit, although harvesting it is pretty fucking boring. But then there's also these, do you remember what those are called, Colin? The red ones?
Probes.
So you can find these things scattered around the map called probes, and they're alright. Like, it's cool that they're there and it gives you a reason to explore, but all they give you is 75 DNA. They don't give you anything else. Yeah, you technically do unlock extras in the menu for collecting all of them or whatever, but I don't fucking care. It's boring. And most of the time there's like 40 of these things in each map. And they're put in the most bullshit places, like behind bushes and shit, where you can't even see them. And then, of course, there's the mission design and the story and stuff. It feels more arcadey. Jump in, you do a mission, and you jump out. You jump in, you do a mission, and you jump out. It feels more like a regular game? No. More like a traditional game, less like a sandbox, you know? What I don't understand is the story. It's like all over the place, and it feels more like a vehicle to move progression. It feels like they put it in there after they already made the game, not built the game around the story. It's just not interesting. We gotta destroy the radio thing to fucking brainwash Radium 1. Who fucking cares? CIA, they're building... Whatever, who cares? I don't fucking care. I want to feel more like I'm actually taking over the world. So, obviously, improvements needed to be made, and that's what they did. Introducing Destroy All Humans 2. Destroy All Humans 2, is fantastic. Like, it fixes all those problems. The level design is so much better. The mission design is so much more interesting. The weapons are more fun. The story is more interesting. The sandbox nature of it is interesting to me. It is more interesting to run around the city and do whatever the hell you want to do and do missions when you want to do missions than it is to go to the city to do the mission and then leave because there is nothing else for you to do, well, except for the side missions. In Destroy All Humans 1, they're like, oh, kill cows. Kill people. Fucking kill yourself. And but you have to do them because you have to grind for DNA. The grinding isn't really a problem, but it doesn't excuse the boring mission design. Not to mention Destroy All Humans 2. I mean, it has things like the jukebox where you can listen to fucking cool tunes, and it's got 2-player, and it's got the fucking dick jokes and stuff. That's pretty cool. I like dick jokes. It just overall feels like a better package. I like dick jokes. But You've already heard about these two games, probably, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming. Like, Destroy All Humans 1, everybody knows about it, right? Destroy All Humans 2, everybody knows about it, right? But what if I told you that there's 2 more games in this franchise that you probably didn't know about, and there's a reason for that? This is a franchise that, within the span of 3 years, they made 4 games. And that's crazy talk. How do you pump them out that fast? Well, part of it was because they had multiple developers working on these games. After Destroy All Humans 2, Pandemic, who were the original creators, they weren't doing so hot. The company, THQ, who owned Destroy All Humans at the time, decided that they needed more games out faster, so they were making 2 at one time. This is 4, not 2. One of those was Destroy All Humans 3, really, Path of the Furon. But the other one was Destroy All Humans Big Willy Unleashed, and this one actually came out first. This is for the Wii, and it is fucking garbage. I don't recommend playing it at all. Like, honestly, going into it, I played a long time ago, and then I was like, you know what, I'll play it again and see if it holds up. Maybe I was giving it a hard time, like, does it matter, All Humans? Give it its fair shot. I did, and boy howdy. The controls are weird. It's still in third person, but you move the camera and aim with the pointer, so it's like sometimes you're trying to aim, but then it moves the camera when you don't want it to. When you want to hypnotize someone, you have to hypnotize them and then do this little shooty thing where you shoot the things floating above their head, and you have to shoot all of them in a certain amount of time. So, like, when you talk about player urgency, usually it's kind of like, whoa, dude, you gotta fucking do it or the world's gonna explode. Okay, I'll do it. You actually feel like you have to do what it's telling you to do. A good example of this would be something like Heavy Rain or Detroit Become Human, where you really feel like when it wants you to make a decision, you gotta fucking make the decision. Quick, make a decision. Are you gonna touch the boobies or are you not gonna touch the boobies? I don't know. I don't. Hurry up. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Touch the boobies. Don't touch the boobies. Touch the boobies. Oh God. I shouldn't have touched the boobies. Okay.
You have to be in the video, Colin. I wanted to watch that, so.
We'll put it in the books. I've officially hit one of my friends. I still feel horrible.
I don't think player urgency is just in terms of whether or not this is a life or death situation, touch the boobies or not touch the boobies situation. I think player urgency is also making the player feel like actually compelled to do the things that you tell them to do, however urgent or not it might be. And this game has this huge problem where you just don't feel like you want to do anything or you need to do anything. It's just kind of like, Crypto, we must fucking, I don't know. Pox, I'm busy fucking some girl. I don't know what that was. Nobody seems to fucking care about anything that's going on, and then I don't care about what's going on. Not to mention, on a side note, even though Path of the Furon, which was being made at the same time, uses the original voice actors for Pox and Crypto, Big Willy Unleashed doesn't. And I don't know why. Speaking of Path of the Furon, this is gonna be another unpopular opinion, right? I know I heard you in the comments when I was talking about Destroy All Humans 1, you were like, Nick, I fucking love Destroy All Humans, and you're a piece of shit because you're making fun of my favorite game or whatever, right? I have another unpopular opinion. Path of the Furon, not so bad. I'm not going to say that it's great. It runs like shit, first of all, and it would be a game that would really benefit from the backwards compatibility on Xbox One. Aside from it running like shit and kind of looking like shit, although it was made in 2008, the gameplay improvements that they made are kind of a miracle, if you ask me. Because again, it was a different team, it wasn't Pandemic, but they took a look at what Pandemic did with Destroy All Humans 2 and said, how can we make it better? The ship, like, let's say you take your death ray and you across the ground or a building or whatever, it stays there until you shut the game off or load to a different level or whatever. The crypto controls on foot are so much better. You just hold the left trigger and anything you're looking at is immediately going to be picked up with PK. It's like you don't have to target it and then press a button and then he picks it up. You just on the fly. And it feels great. And then on top of that, there's new weapons. There's also time freeze mechanics and things that have to do with that game's story, which is bad. And The mission design is not great, although some of the side missions are kind of fun. There's one you have to roll a boulder to the casino. Crypto owns a casino in this game, by the way, and also people aren't afraid of him anymore, so. And you have to get the boulder to the casino, but you can't actually PK the boulder. So you have to PK other objects and throw them into the boulder. Well, it's a meteorite. It hit it in order to get it to the casino. And it's fun. It's a physics thing. It's broken as shit, and there's a thick layer of jank on the entire game, but it's playable, it's interesting enough. Had they gotten more time with it, I think that game really could have been something special, but it wasn't. And nobody liked it, nobody really played it, and nobody bought it. Which leads us to, I don't know what that was. Destroy All Humans 2020? 2020. So they're remaking the first Destroy All Humans, and I don't really want this video to be about that, right? Because it's more of a retrospective on the series as a whole. But I do want to point out that if they can fix the problems that Destroy All Humans 1 has, boy howdy, bang my bottom. Or I don't even know what I was saying.
We'll see.
Honestly, they've really improved the way the game feels. They've really improved some of the mechanics, like the holobob. You no longer have to have the focus meter, and that's great. Those are the kinds of things I want to see. It's just gonna come down to the level design and if they can improve it, right? I'm not talking about adding more bushes and shit, or giving it a higher resolution grass texture. I'm talking about actually changing the level design to be more interesting, more landmarks, so that I can navigate it without a map. So that I can navigate it without a map or a mini-map or something like that, just by figuring out where everything is. That's what I want. And hopefully...
Sorry.
And hopefully that's what we'll get. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, I think I've blabbered on long enough. I'd like to know what you have to think. I'd like to know what you have to say, what you're thinking. So tell me down in the comments below. What's your favorite Destroy All Humans? Which ones do you think are good? Which ones do you think are bad? Or let me know what you think about the new remake, what you've seen from it so far. Also, make sure that you follow us on Twitter, subscribe in reverse order. Do those in reverse order, please. Make sure you laugh a lot, eat a lot, and have fun doing it. And you will see me, because I'm doing the whole camera thing again, in the next video. So, goodbye!